session itself. If not, you can always feel free to reserve for the Q&A session and then ask questions. Is that okay? Wonderful. So with that, we start the session for the day, NEP 2020. I think, first of all of us should understand, is there a need? Just because for 34 years it has not been changed and we want to have a change, should we have the change? Or should we have the change because it necessitates whatever that is happening in the present day education system, does it necessitate a change? So that conviction we must have. Otherwise, if out of 360, 380 people, if about 300 people are of the opinion that, the education in India is on top and everybody say that it is very good, and education in Tamil Nadu, in addition to that, it is all the more better than other places and so on and so forth. And so I am comfortable. I am okay with that. If you are one person sitting with that question, and it's my responsibility, that's the reason why I put this slide here, we need to understand. Now, if you feel that it is okay, I would request with the permission of Secretary Dr. Babai, I would say you please switch off and then go. Okay. So no, you will be wasting your time, and it's not necessary at all. But at any point in time, if you have felt that no, not all that's going on in education system, in today's education system, in Indian context, is not good, and it requires a change. It requires a change for better. If that iota of a thought pattern, thought has come your way earlier, or I'm going to make it happen to you. That's the reason why this slide here. Only with that conviction, yes, it is needed. At this point in time, we need to change the system. If we don't change the system, we'll be digging our own grave. Sometimes, I use some unpolite statements like this. Don't mind. But what I mean what I say. Okay, that's what it means. If you are not going to change now for better, please understand that it is equivalent to digging our own grave. We will not be able to progress, and the institution will not be able to progress, and so on and so forth. Okay. Why I say this is because of the present day education system. And the picture, what is there on to your left, you see all the animals there, different kinds and varieties, and different tastes and characteristics, and so on and so forth. And now the teacher there, when I say teacher, I mean you and me. And of course, listening to this, students will be very happy that yes, teachers are being attacked, and nothing wrong in doing it. I'm attacking myself in that because the system warrants that, and so I also do the same thing. I did the same thing earlier when I was in the institution. What do we do when we have a variety of animals sitting there? Now we are not equating you to animal students. Don't worry about that. Don't feel bad about it. It is just an example, right? So they have different characteristics, different learning styles, and different traits. And whatever that we teach them, it should be definitely make sure that it is interesting to them, and they learn it, and they are tested in the way that they can do. Okay, it is not done. Same question and same amount of time, and same expectation from all the students. Now that itself is a first mistake that we have been committing for years together. And now the system, government of India has felt, rightly so, because all the other countries have started changing, but only we are a little slow to that. And so we want to change. The number one is that in the process, the system, it goes like a machine, and the input and output are all decided, and it is just a rote learning that is taking place. And of late, people have found out and realized that the creativity component and the discipline component and the intelligence components are not given importance. Okay, they drain out like what you see in that right hand side picture. That's what is happening. You may differ. If you differ, you reserve it for the end. Maybe I will convince you that all these pictures depict the reality and truth. There's no doubt about it. That's what every educationalist have realized, understood. They are vocal about it. And also, industries, they are very, very vocal about it. They are fed up with the kind of a system that's going on. So they want a change. So these are some of the reasons why we say that we need to change. And in that context only, we are saying that NEP 2020 is in place, and it is for us to utilize it. Of course, no, there are ifs and buts everywhere. We will discuss that later. You need to make up your mind that, okay, from today onwards, I'm going to think about, plan for the change, and I will bring in the change so that the lacuna in the system will go off, and all our students will become employable, and they will be enriched, and they'll become better citizens tomorrow. Okay. And having said that, even in the central government document, initially, in 1919, we had the first preliminary document of which NEP 20, NEP was released. It was NEP 2019. And then in 2020, last year, the final policy document was released. It is a voluminous document. It was released. And again, it's a policy document. All of us should understand that. And in 2021, February, the government of India has formed a team consisting of about 40 members, but mostly all secretaries and so on and so forth. Somehow I couldn't find the names of any down to earth, or I should not say that word down to earth, but those who are involved in teaching and learning or research there. They're all policymakers. There are 40 of them. They joined together. They have been given the responsibility of formulating the methodologies, implementation strategies. That document they wanted to release. The committee was formed in February 18th, if I am right, in 2021. And the first document has come in two parts, part 1 and part 2. I think that was released a couple of weeks ago, if I'm correct. You can find that all this, what I'm saying, is all there in the websites of MHRD or, the presently formed Ministry of Education and UGC, AICT. Everywhere you will find that. Nothing new. I'm not inventing anything new. Please understand that. Okay. And if you look at the document, you will find that the central government has categorically understood that education is in the concurrent list. For those who are not aware of this statement, concurrent, or the word concurrent, is that so it's a state government and central government together jointly, they decide on what has to be done with education. So that's why it is called as a concurrent list. So all the central government documents, in the policy documents what they have released, and also the implementation document which has been released recently, they have very categorically said that the institutions, the state governments, the universities and all that, they can adopt or adapt the NEP 2020. So this clarity all of us should have. It is not a mandate that whatever that is given in the policy or whatever that is given in the implementation document, what has been released now, everybody has to take it as a biblical truth and then follow it in toto without any deviation. No, it's not that way at all. Okay, they have been told that these are all the guidelines, broad guidelines with a common aim. The common aims and all that, what are the major factors and all that, I'll be touching upon now. But these are all the guidelines, and the institutions can adopt or adapt. Adapting is taking it as it is. Okay, so I don't want to change anything. Oh, it's a policy, is a 400-page document, and implementation strategy, what they have what they have released recently, another 400-page document, and it is coming in two parts. And when I looked into the pages there, right through, it is all about school education. Still, they have not come to college education and so on. In general, only they have talked about it. Even that has come to 400 pages. So when the college and other details come in, so it may come to another 400 pages. So that means we're talking about 1,200 pages of big voluminous work that the central government has done, and some people may say, oh, no, I don't have the patience to, read through all the 1,200 pages and then, adopt, okay, as it is. I don't want to make any changes and all that, get into problems tomorrow. That may be one type, but that, again, it all depends on the state government, right? So as a institution, I'm talking now, my focus is on Meenakshi, because it's coming under state government. And if you are a deemed university, you are different. You are a central university, you are different, and all those things are there. Let me not go deep into it and confuse